So, the trailer just dropped and everyone's bringing out contact like crazy, and I thought it's time. Now, for many years now, actually, I have been circulating on a theory on that just might explain why Prince Eric is Prince Eric. So for many years, there have been much speculation on Prince Eric. Why is he at the sea? Why is no one blinking an eye on him getting married so fast? Why is he getting married so fast? Where's his father? Some has even speculated that the prince doesn't even live in the kingdom that Ariel was just met him in and brought him into. Which, by the way, is Italian attire. So for people saying she's Dutch just because she was written by a Dutch author, I'm just saying. Anyway, for years people speculated and I really couldn't care less. But something changed. Something sparked my interest. Frozen. In 2013, Disney released Frozen, based on The Snow Queen by Hans Christian Andersen. And it hit me. Oh my god. This was the missing piece of the puzzle. Prince Hans literally spelled it out for us, and I cannot believe it took me this long to figure it out. Prince Eric is not the heir to his throne. He is a prince among other princes of his region or country, really. Hear me out. In England, the Prince of Wales is the heir apparent, and that's how they just use to control the Welsh. But this isn't the only case. When you go to other regions or other countries in history, such as the Ottoman Empire, they had each prince ruling as a sort of mayor or duke or overlord or whatever of each certain section of the country or empire. What if Prince Eric really is just a prince, a minor prince among many other princes? That would explain why he's in a port city and why really no one bats an eye when he meets Vanessa and claims she's the girl who saved him. For his parents to just be not show up at their own son's wedding, they just couldn't be bothered, and for him to not even take on so much consequence for that, let alone being able to sail, by the way. I don't remember if I actually mentioned that earlier on. But come on, this isn't stuff that a regular high-class prince would be able to get away with. Now, I could take this deeper and mention that maybe, or speculate maybe, Prince Eric might be an illegitimate prince. It wouldn't be far-fetched. It would also add to the effect. Now, there's nothing wrong with a child being born out of marriage. It's not their fault, and it's a sad, very sad reality. Either way, Prince Eric being a minor prince, period, really sums up the whole thing. It makes sense. Why he's in a regional port? Why no one bats an eye for him getting married so quickly and abruptly despite Grimsley trying to get him to be married? That all, of course, is just the day. That's how it is. Especially if you're a royal. It was customary. It was a political alliance. But if you're such a minor prince like Prince Hans and no one bats an eye, unless you're a murderer and, treasonous sociopath or whatever, no one's going to care. And again, he's a prince. No one's going to care. And if you're in charge of I'm not saying it is a minor city, port, or whatever, but it might just also help explain further on this case. I think that also explains why he's able to just go about town. And, he's probably one of those, princes everyone has just grown very used to. And they're just happy in their simple village, kind of like Belle's village. And there's nothing wrong with that. And I think that's really good match for Ariel anyway. She's really laid back. She's, the youngest of, 7 sisters. I think it also gives Ariel and Eric something to go off on a limb with a relationship. They both know what it's like to be the youngest or a younger sibling. They know what it is to not really care about the duties of their royal status entails. They just want to do and be what they want to be. And Ariel, I think, is something Eric, if this is his background, is something he really needs. He needs a princess or a partner that really does understand and flows well with him. And he's going to need someone outgoing. It's very clear and apparent when you really first meet him. He just loves freedom. He doesn't really care much. He's a really simple dude. And I think for Ariel to be the one to just push him out of his shell, pun intended, a little further if need be, it just explains and works so well with the relationship. And I think gives meat to a relationship that we desperately have been looking for. Because, come on. Now, people have speculated and questioned, like, them not being really in love and Ariel, him falling in love with just Ariel's voice. I've always hated that theory because there is a scene in the film where he throws the flute he's been playing, the melody that's been stuck in his head because, hey, sirens, into the ocean, and he's about to go up and propose to Ariel because he really likes her. I think that's such an important case to make because she can't talk. He doesn't know her. She probably knows she's a peasant just washed up from the ocean. She was butt naked. Come on. And he just loved her endearment, her curiosity, her weirdness probably. And I think it's so sweet. And for people to go, oh, well, she's like a siren. They took that in. And I really don't think, no. That scene was there and for a reason. As a film student, I must say, no scene is in there for no reason. Even if it's well-meaning or stupidly placed, there's always a reason. And I think this is the reason. And people just bulldoze past that scene. That's my theory. I think Prince Eric is a minor prince of his kingdom and really is just a chill, really simple dude. But I think it just explains so much. Now, the remake, my speculation, and I think a lot of people have figured this out, is, and I don't like the palace, by the way, in the remake. Come on, people. If you're gonna do fantasy, go fantasy. Come on. Go big or go home. But it also makes sense. My point is, I think what they did is, like the Portuguese or the Spaniards, especially the Portuguese, Prince Eric in this one is holding place to a kingdom for his family, for the crown, overseas. And that explains so much. Because in history, he's holding reign over a kingdom for his family's stead, for the crown overseas in the Caribbean or the Mediterranean or wherever. Again, it's a fairy tale, so you can change geography and whatnot in the rules. It still works for this one because, yeah, it adds sense. And I think for Lin-Manuel, the guy who wrote Hamilton, adds to the effect. I think for the 1989 version, my theory absolutely explains much of the holes in this. Thank you.